Yep.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You're a very adaptable manager. You have a rotational system, so players can play in different places. We've seen Enzo play as a deep line playmaker, as a 6, and be excellent. We've seen him be box to box as an 8. Where do you see him playing best under you?
I think it's very, very difficult in the way we play to find a midfielder that he can attack like attacking midfielder and he can defend like all the midfielder. For instance, Arsenal is using Declan Rice, that is playing on the ball attacking midfielder and defend as a holding midfielder. City in the past they have done with Gundogan, that is attacking midfielder and defending like holding midfielder. In our case, we are trying to find a balance and to find the players that they can give us this kind of solution. And at the moment, Enzo is the only one that, when we have the ball, is playing like attacking midfielder, and off the ball, when we don't have the ball, is dropping next to Moi and to try to help us and give us defensive balance. The first game, for instance, we use Romeo and Moi as holding midfielder. So yeah, Enzo is in this moment playing on the ball as attacking midfielder, off the ball as holding midfielder, defensive midfielder, and is doing very, very good with us. So the idea is to continue on that.
Another talented midfielder you have, Carney. So he was included in your Conference League squad. He was in pre-season. What does his future look like under you, and what role do you see him in midfield?
I said already to him personally, and I said already to you in the press conference, I really, really like Carney. The problem is that we have so many attacking midfielders that he's going to struggle to find space, and for me, because of his past in terms of injury, the best thing to do was to go in some team and to prove himself that he is fit and he can play 30-35 games and then come back here. Unfortunately, we didn't find any solution, so now it's one of the players of our squad and we can use him.
And you have a lot of attacking options and lots of players with flair that was brought in over the transfer window. We know Jadon Sancho is excellent 1v1, great game IQ, great ball carrier. How do you see him being utilised in this squad with all these options now? More off the bench?
No, I said many times, I decide the first 11 depends of the training session. So Jadon is one of our wingers. I expect him, I'm seeing him exactly in the way I expect him. Very good player in the last third, as you said, 1v1, quality in the last third. So it's exactly the player we were looking at. But now it's matter to find the right moment for him, to give him chance. That's it.
And
Last one's right.
Yeah. How far off are Lavia and James from returning to the bench?
Yeah, Romeo looks like very close, hopefully for the next game. Unfortunately, Reece needs more time.
Thank you so much.
John?
Hi Enzo, how are you? Can I ask you that ownership question? Obviously, it's been well documented.
After 3 or 4 questions, it's good progress. I expected. Yeah.
What have you made of what's going on?
No, it's I said many times, and we also with you, we just started 2 months ago, so we need to know a little bit each other. But I try always to be as honest possible, and if I spend my energy about something different, I think it's don't worth it. So my focus is just about tomorrow game, to be honest. And in the last game, in the last week, I try to do exactly the same. Focus in the way we want to prepare the game in the best way. So then the other things, they are things that I cannot control.
So you haven't spoken to either of them at all about it?
No, I spoke with Todd, I think, when we play City, probably that more or less. And I spoke with Bedad days ago, so I'm speaking with both. There is not any problem at all. And as I said, my focus is just about the pitch, because it's the only thing I can control.
I think it's the first time we've spoken since the transfer window closed. So are you happy with the squad you've now got, with the players who've come in and also the players that have left? Because we spoke a lot about trying to get rid of players.
Yeah, I said probably after Palace game that I feel very lucky, because we have many players that they can play in different positions. They are versatile, that is something that I really like. And I think all the target that we were looking at, they are all here. Probably in terms of some players that we were looking at and then they don't arrive, is because when we want player, but we want player in our condition, not in their condition. So when both we find solution is good, otherwise they don't arrive.
Ben Chilwell is still here, so what is the situation with him?
Yeah, Ben now that probably is the only one that is still here, so probably now we're gonna sit with him and we're gonna find solution because he's the only one. So we see probably he's going to be back with us on training session. We see, because at the moment he's not training with us. But from now on, probably we need to sit with him and to find the right solution, and we see.
So there is a way back then, is that he could join the group and he could still play for Chelsea.
The reason why he is training apart is because the idea was for him to leave, but because we didn't find any solution, he's here and probably he's going to start to train with us. We need to decide that. Probably it could be. And in the moment that if we decide that, will be one of the players.
What
Last
frame
one,
of
John.
mind is he in at the moment?
Say again, sorry.
What frame of mind is he in at the moment?
What frame of mind? What means? How is?
How is he? Yeah.
I think he's good, to be honest. As I said, he's not training with us. But I can see him. I saw him this morning, and he's okay.
Roman?
Hi, Enzo. Just a quick one. How is Malo Gusto doing? Is he all right? Is he ready for tomorrow?
No, Malo is still out. He's not available for tomorrow game.
And then just my follow-up. Against Wolves, Chelsea didn't defend a set piece well, especially for the last goal. Against Palace, again, it was a set piece, and then it wasn't defended well, and then, Enzo scored. Chelsea paid a lot of money for a set piece coach. Has he started working?
Yeah, absolutely. But we also score from set pieces. So you don't have to just watch the goal we concede. Also because from now to the end, we are going to concede goal set pieces and we are going to score set pieces. And this is not because it's working well or working bad. It's because it's where it is. In football, you are going to concede goal in set pieces, even if you have the best set pieces in the world.
Thank you. Got time for three more. Simon, Davide and Ruben.
Enzo, appreciate you don't want to talk too much about the ownership situation, but how important is it that it's not a negative distraction on the squad? Have you sort of had to tell the players don't worry about it?
No, I think the players they are professional enough to understand that these kind of things, there are things that we cannot do nothing, we cannot control. So the main focus for me is exactly the main focus for the players. That is to the pitch, the way we need to do the things, to improve things. And I think this is the main target for them, for me, and for all of us, that we cannot control that kind of situation.
And do you hope whatever happens, it's resolved sooner rather than later, that it doesn't continue to drag on throughout the season?
I don't know if something is going to happen, to be honest. I don't have an idea. The only thing I can say is that in terms of football side, we are in the right direction. I think the team is improving, analyzing. I also use the international break to review the games and these kind of things. I think the 3 Premier League games that we played, it's true that we concede goals, but it's also true that we conceded the first shot on goal against Palace. That was the goal. Against City, we didn't concede so many chances that it's very strange. Don't concede chance against City. Wolves, second half, we don't concede any shot. So I think we are in the right direction. And this is for me the most important thing and the thing that I can control.
Davide?
Ciao, Enzo.
Ciao.
Going back to how you're trying to make this squad your squad, how are you working? What are you working on mainly?
For instance, we use this international break to try something new for the future that probably we can use. And also we try to find, as I mentioned at the beginning, some defensive work to find some balance. That doesn't mean that we are not defending well, because in my personal opinion, analyzing the game, as I said, the 3 games, the first game against City, we didn't concede too much. The second game, unless the last 20 minutes of first half, we didn't concede nothing. And the last game against Palace, that I think was quite clear that we completely deserved to win the game. So I try to focus on these kind of things, and the main target is always how we can improve players, because I said always that improving players, probably you are going to improve the team.
You probably had an idea of how you want your team to play from the beginning, but now the transfer market is closed, you know the players you're managing. How happy are you with the size of your squad and the players you have?
No, in this moment we have 24 players. That is it's quite a normal squad. I said many times that even at the beginning I was working with the 25, 26, never with the 40 players. So in terms of squad, I already said many times that I really like Chelsea squad already before I joined the club. Then in the moment that I joined the club, we did some things, and I think doing something more in January and something more next summer, we're gonna have exactly the squad that we are looking to have in the future.
Last question, Ruben.
Hi Enzo. Nicholas Jackson signed a 2-year extension. How happy are you with this, and how good can he be?
Very happy, first of all, because I think he's doing very well. Since I joined the club with us, he's working hard on the ball and off the ball, and this kind of player that I said already many times, he's going to score goals always. And with us in the first 3 Premier League games, he already gave some assists, he scored goals. So very happy for Nico and also for us.
The size of the teams in like Arsenal, Manchester City, they're quite big, the players. Is this something which you think is important to build here, and particularly in the midfield, do you have that physical presence?
Big in terms of physicality. Yeah, for sure. For sure, today, if you want to compete, you have to try to find the right balance between a technical side and physical side. I think, as you said, these 2 clubs, City and Arsenal, but also Liverpool, they have that kind of players that they are physicality strong. But I think we are there too.
Thank you. Cameras off, please.